Hey Bastrop Vikings, I want to show you a little trick that I do that might save you all a little bit of money. I don't know how many of you guys use these little small jet stoves. Don't know what they're called. This guy here, I got a while ago. These are pretty cheap, but they're powerful and they're compact. And basically what they do is they go on top of these isobutane bottles. They screw in. They're real compact. You can get these bottles small sizes like this, bigger, or even bigger sizes like this one here. The problem is they're really expensive, and another problem with them is they may not even have them. I just went to Academy and I was looking for one of these guys and they didn't have it. The problem is I need this size here because the way I work this is, here's my cook pot. I got one of these little Stanley cook pots, and basically these fit right down in that cook pot, and then I can put the stove on top of that, put the lid on there, and whatever else I want to put in here, a couple little things. But I can keep my stove, my fuel, and extra things in my stove, my cook pot. I can't do that with these bigger sizes. Obviously they don't fit. So if I can't find little ones, I'm out of luck. Not only that, the little ones are more expensive, per gram, because it's sold in grams. So the bigger units you can get, the less expensive that gas will be for you overall. So one way to fix this is to refill them. And I got this little gadget. You can get these on Amazon. Hopefully you can see that. There's an in valve and an out valve. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these guys, a bigger tank, and let's see, I'm going to screw the in valve. We'll go on to the tank that I want to bleed or transfer to my other tank. The out valve goes to the tank that I want to fill. And I just screw these in here. Now I put this in the freezer for a while, a couple hours. And then I open it up, and hopefully you can hear that gas coming out. So the gas is going from here down to here. Now you need to be careful. You don't want to overfill these. So, and I'll show you why in a minute. But let me take this one out. Okay, this is what I just put some gas into, and I'll just weigh this one. Okay, so I can put a little bit more in there. This one is supposed to have 110 grams in it. Open this up, and I'll let it drain a little bit more. What you do is you weigh the empty one, and then you weigh it as you're filling it so you can get the difference in the weights, and then you'll find out if you hit about 100 grams, 110 grams. Okay. So let's see what we got now. So this will save you some money, and if you can't get a hold of these things and you need to fit them in your Stanley cup or whatever you're carrying it in. Okay, so this is weighing in at about 220 grams. And the empty one is about 110 to 120. So this should be just about filled up. Now, if you overfill them, what you may have happen is something like this. I did this the other day on our hike that we advertise, our group hike that some people came on, but can you see that bubble right there? So what happened is I put too much in this tank, and it overpressurized, and it started forming a bubble, which obviously is not good. So I put bad on there. so we don't try to take this one out. But now I have another full one ready to go. Put it in my Stanley cup, put everything back together, and put it in my pack. One thing I do that kind of helps give me an idea of, because it's hard to tell, how much are in these things if you're just out in the field, is you can just take a marker and you can just mark every time you use it. And usually you can get 9 or 10, heatings of water easily out of these, sometimes more, even as much as 15, depending on what you're doing and how long you're heating it for. So always a good idea, bring a Sharpie, put some marks on there, and then you kind of have an idea. All right, I hope this helps. I'll see you.